How's it going, guys? Welcome to an update on Ancient Archer Game Engine here on Code Tech Tutorials. My name is Matt, and I'm just going to show you the changes since the last vlog. I believe the last vlog, I don't even know what I talked about. I think I was talking about how everybody should make a game engine, and that was a lot of fun. And I've been working on this and improving it. I think I'm going to try to do these monthly. So as you can see here, I've got some more model loading capabilities. FBX files can have the textures embedded within them. So I added in some functionality. If it finds an embedded texture, it will attempt to use it and it will read the data. And I will show you the code to do that, because reading it from a file there's a lot of examples of that. You can find it on most tutorials, but reading from this embedded texture was a little different. And this guy right here is from the Mixamo site, and I've got him all loaded up from embedded textures, and I've just put some basic controls here to move him around. I can also move that ship back there, which is another FBX. You'll see a little tearing on that. I'm not sure why that happens, something to do with the render distance, but it doesn't seem to happen on this other model, so I've tried playing around with ways to get rid of that, but it doesn't seem to want to go away on that model. Might just be a limitation of some way they made that model, because it was just a free one. But this guy doesn't seem to do that. If I move him way back, he doesn't start getting all jaggy textures. Yeah, okay, let's bring him back forward, front and center. And I want to show you where I got him from. It's just from this site. There he is. As you can see, this has reflective and shadows and all that kind of stuff. You don't see that in ours. We're just loading just the diffuse texture. And that's one of the current limitations and something I plan to address pretty soon. So one of the big future plans is getting some PBR shaders in here, loading in all the different textures, combining them up, and making it look really cool. And eventually shadows too. Okay, so how do you load? I had some kind of object dump. Oh yeah, I'm also playing around with running in debug, which usually I only do release. So debug is showing me some new things that I'm trying to figure out. Like, I'm getting some memory leaks that I never knew about, so I have to analyze into that. They don't seem to be hurting anything, but memory leaks are never good. So I've got to look carefully at where that's happening. Maybe it's with this new code I just introduced. I'm not sure. Okay, so previously when we loaded new scene with this scene loader, this is essentially a model loader more than a scene loader. Normally we would just process each node. Geez, this is a lot of code. I will get to the good part here. So when I'm loading my material textures, that's where all this happens. And we do this check here. You gotta take the AI scene and see if you can get an embedded texture. And if you do, then you gotta load it from memory rather than from a path. So that's basically what I do here. Oh, this is all just commented out. Okay, so basically I just do that. I do a texture from data, which is a new function I added into the texture loader. So the texture loader now has texture from data. You can pass it an AI texture. This is from one that's embedded. And you could still use STB or STBI, which is what we were using to open and load, well, just load files from file data, but these ones you can do it too. You just got to use STBI load from memory rather than what we were using before, just plain old load with a file path. So we do that, load from memory, and we get the data and we figure out all the size stuff. So you're welcome to look at this code. It's all in here and committed to the branch of Ancient Archer on my GitHub. It's on master and development, I think, right now. I just synchronize them for now so I can continue on. So yeah, loading those, it was a little tricky to find out. There wasn't a whole lot of documentation on this. I just had to piece it all together, try it out until it worked. So yeah, the next big step is to load more than just the diffuse and then get that in a shader, and then models will look even better, which isn't too far off. I'm getting close to that. Another big thing I did was the sound. Some of you might already be aware of that, but I was really playing around with sound a lot, getting sound effects and music and our listener all ready for the engine. That way we can have positional sound when we develop our little games. So I guess I'll just show you the Asteroids game, because this has improved a little bit and it now has positional audio. Keep in mind that this is just a sample game. It's not complete. It's just made to kind of test aspects of the engine and see what I can implement logically. So I've got a little background music that plays, and of course the laser sound. And when you blow up an asteroid, you get a sound. Now this one is positioned based on your ship here, right being, to its right and left being to its left. So if something blows up on your right, you should hear it on your right speaker or right headphone. And likewise for the left. It's hard to tell in a lot of these cases since you're generally shooting in front of you. If you like shoot and turn, you can sometimes tell. So this seems to all work okay. However, I did notice that if I put this in debug, it crashes, so I need to address that. There's always something. There's always something. Well, that's pretty much it for this vlog about the improvements and the changes on Ancient Archer. Is still continuing. It is still in development. I kind of poke at it here and there. You're welcome to support this channel here on Patreon, or if you go to my Ancient Archer project, you'll see some links there to directly support that project. It's actually more of a personal one, not directly related to the channel, but it just happens to be something cool to show on this channel at the same time. Hope you all have enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or anything like that below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And a special shout out and thanks to Nasser Al-Hadi, I hope I said your name right, who has joined over on Patreon and has voted for some topics to sponsor for me to work on. So the next few videos you see from this channel will be brought to you by his feedback over there and his willingness to help out. So head on over there and sign up if you would like to be part of that. We also do have a Discord, and I am live on there and always answering questions for whatever you might have or any suggestions or anything. It is the best way to get in contact with me reliably. I do appreciate all of you watching, and any of you willing to support, I would greatly appreciate it as well. Thanks again, and have a nice day.